can't believe I'm about to get on a plane and go to Santo Domingo. This has been making me so anxious on top of working 3 projects at the same time because it's my first time doing a solo trip to Dominican Republic without family. Well, it was supposed to be with family, but my sister canceled her trip because of the government shutdown. Granted, the government is open again, but she lives in Chicago, and so she had connecting flights, and if one of those flights was delayed, forget about it. So I'm going alone, but I'm meeting with a friend there. It's my first time flying with just a backpack because Aerojet charges $40 for a carry-on, and I'm trying to do this trip on the cheap. And by the way, I paid for my flight with points, so that was free. The concert ticket, did I already say I'm going to see Bad Bunny? I'm going to see Bad Bunny tonight. You see, this is why I don't vlog, because my mind is all over the place. So the flight was free, the ticket was $97, the hotel was about $98, split halfway with my sister, pobrecita. She lost the money on her on her hotel and the concert ticket. Going back to what I was saying, my first time flying solo, my first time flying with a backpack, because I really ain't got the money to be spending right now. It's gonna be my first time flying into Santo Domingo. I always fly into Santiago. It's gonna be my first time staying in la Zona Colonial. I remember when I first went to Dominican Republic after 13 years of not being there. I went in 2005 and then again in 2017. Yo estaba loca para ir a la Zona Colonial, para ir a conocerla. Y tú sabes, como la familia, everybody always like sits around having coffee and chit-chatting, catching up, whatever. And I was like, antsy, I want to go to la Zona, I want to go to la Zona. And then as soon as we get there, una prima dijo, ay, no tenemos que ir porque mi hijo tiene cumpleaños. So I was livid. So it's going to be my first time staying there. I'm gonna get to enjoy it for a little over 48 hours. It's obviously my first time seeing Bad Bunny. I was never really a fan because I don't like that kind of trap music stuff, but then when he started adding some more of those other Latino sounds, merengue, bachata, tú sabes, ahí fue que yo me puse al día. And obviously with this album, Debí Tirar Más Foto, un éxito, me la sé toda. It's the only album that I know like every song, but I only don't like one, Perfumito Nuevo. But anyway, I'm gonna try really hard to vlog and not like be scared to do it. My last video that I was on a ship, I didn't vlog because I was with my aunt, and you know, there's a certain generation of people that don't understand that you sometimes talk to a camera, post about it online, and people watch it. They think that you're talking to them, so I can never talk to you. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I have my day all planned out. So I'm gonna have my regular breakfast. I was thinking to do like an omelet so that I can get really full, but I didn't really want to buy something really expensive to eat at the airport. So I'm gonna have my regular breakfast, which is 1 boiled egg and 1 piece of toast. And then by 10 a.m., right now it's 7 a.m. By 10 a.m., I'll be hungry enough to eat some pasta and meatballs that I had yesterday. Heart of Palms pasta because I'm gluten-free. And I have to get to the airport exactly 3 hours before my flight because I couldn't check in online. And I'm sure that's because I didn't select a seat because I refused to pay. You're gonna give me a seat for free. So I'm gonna have my meatballs at home, and then when I get to the airport, I'm gonna buy like a salad or something that I can eat while I'm on the plane, because the airport SDQ is an hour away from the center of the city. Well, with traffic, I checked last night, it's 27 kilometers. And then I also have my snacks, which I'm gonna snack throughout, because when I get there, it's gonna be probably, I want to say 6:30, maybe 5:30, close to 6 p.m. And dinner is at 9. So I don't really want to eat something between 6 and 9 because then I'm not gonna enjoy my dinner. So the way that I think, the way that I process things is like, when am I gonna eat next? Because I have a very fast metabolism, and if I let myself get hungry, I get sick. Not like, oh, I'm dying sick, but like I get nauseated, I get stomach cramps, I get cranky. Yes, I try my best not to let that happen. And so when I'm doing anything, I have to plan for when I'm gonna eat and how much water I'm gonna drink. That way I can be okay to make it through the day. So most of my day today is gonna be spent traveling. When I get there, I'm gonna check into the hotel alone. I'm so sad my sister couldn't come. But my friend that I'm going to the concert with, and she's spending the weekend with me, she was my neighbor. We met in Houston when I was living in Houston. She was only like maybe 8 or 9 years old when I met her. I'm 10 years her senior. Obviously, we were neighbors. She's Dominican too, from Higüey. So we became like family because naturally that's what you do when you find the only other Dominican in your neighborhood. Fast forward, she comes to Miami to go to Miami, University of Miami. And that was probably like a year, or like the same year that I also decided that I was gonna come here. Maybe she came like a year before. But anyway, para no hacerte el cuento largo, como dice el americano, but they make it long anyway. So when I came to Miami, then, you know, we were living nearby again, and we would hang out on Sundays and we would cook meals together. She was like my plus one. Anytime I went anywhere, I always used to take her. And so she's like my little pain in the ass little sister. You know, I'm the pain in the ass little sister in my family dynamic. But for her, she's giving me a glimpse of what I'm like to my older sisters. So I'm gonna get up, fix my bed, brush my teeth, make my breakfast, fix my bed, and charge my phone. Because in 3 hours, I gotta be heading to the airport. Okay? See you later. And by the way, here's my little backpack that I'm traveling with. Everything has to fit in here, and I feel like Aerojet is gonna have an issue with the dimensions of that backpack. And here's all my snacks that I was talking about. Y claro, tú sabes, mi amor, deporte. And this is the only thing I'm traveling with. We'll see how it goes. I don't normally drink coffee, but since I'm gonna be up for like, I don't know, 15 hours, I'm probably not gonna go to bed until like 11 p.m. I need this today. So obviously I'm using my Greca because that's what I make my coffee on. And hopefully this is gonna help me get through the day. It is 9:31 a.m. My flight leaves at 1, so I don't have to be at the airport until 11. But my stomach is already, when's the next meal? In like, I don't know, 40 minutes, I'm gonna have my meatballs, and then I'm gonna take my lift and go to the airport. But I'm just playing solitaire on my new tablet. I got an iPad for Black Friday. I haven't had an iPad since 2015. Super excited because I'm always draining my phone battery on TikTok, FaceTime, blah, blah, blah. And my laptop is from 2020. It's pretty old now. And like if I'm exporting a video from my laptop, I can't be editing like the image that you put on YouTube. Like I can't multitask. So super excited to have my tablet. And when I'm at the airport, I'm gonna be doing this tutorial on Morpholio trays because I'm trying to get into interior design. And I'm starting with my mom's retirement house, which is in DR. I'm starting with the kitchen cabinetry. So that's what I'm gonna do while I'm at the airport, sitting there for 3 hours because I have to check in early as heck because I couldn't do it online. Ugh. This month, because I've been working 3 projects, I've had some seriously horrendous struggle meals because I normally plan out my meals that I'm gonna cook for the month. And then, you know, I buy all the ingredients and things like that. I'm normally very organized, but work has just been too much and I haven't had time. So I went to Trader Joe's and I got ready-made things. So this is my, I guess you would call it first lunch or second breakfast. These meatballs that when I was making them last night, they didn't smell very appetizing and I was so sad. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to eat this food that doesn't really smell that good. Here's a quick licky at my first lunch. It's all right, but not the best thing I've eaten. You know when your stomach just says no? If I keep eating this, I'm gonna be sick. I'm very sad, but I think I'm gonna have to throw it away. I put it in my mouth before I even chewed it. I was like, So now I'm gonna have to go buy some food at the airport. It's like that one episode of SpongeBob when Squidward was trying the Krabby Patty for the first time. I can't do this. I'm so mad. So there was so much traffic that I told the Uber driver to just drop me off on door 10 because I looked online and it said that Aerojet was at door 16. So I go all the way to door 16 and they tell me that it's at door 11. So now I'm hauling because I miscalculated how many hours I should be here before. You know, they say 3 hours. Mind you, I only have a backpack. So it's not like I need to be here 3-4 hours before. But you know, I have anxiety and I'm nervous about my bag, and I need to get food. So now I'm hauling ass back to where the Lyft driver dropped me off. Oh my god, now I have to walk back to where I came from. I swear I'm gonna cry. You can see it in my face. I'm gonna cry because I just walked from where I was dropped off. I walked to where I thought the gate was. Some lady told me to go back. Now I'm going back to where that lady told me that it wasn't there. Should have come earlier. And all that traffic.
Exit here for gates E20 to E33. This is the only stop. Salga aquí para las puertas E, B, B, A, y 33. Es la única parada.
Okay, I finally sat down to eat, and what's funny enough, the only place that was available for me to eat at this gate is Versailles. That was a total freak out that I had with trying to find the gate, and then taking the train. I can't stand taking the train to go to a gate because it happened to me one time at the Atlanta airport, and if you know, you know. I was the last one on that flight, and I almost missed it. But even the gate attendant here said, "Oh, you're too early." And I'm like, well, I suffer from the nerves. I'm a nervous person, nervous Nancy. So I'd rather sit here comiendo mierda y comiendo comida también than to like be rushing to get to the gate. I made sure that the gate exists. It's over there. So I'm going to have my lunch, and I'm probably not going to have much time to do my little tutorial like I wanted to do because I came a little late. I mean, the guy said I came too early, but I like to sit here and just be at the airport. So I'll make sure that when I come back on Sunday, I'm gonna go real early and enjoy that airport. Oof, God damn. Yes. I just made it to the hotel. I didn't vlog at all in the taxi because I didn't want the guy to think that I was talking about him. But that was kind of crazy, all that traffic. And I'm just going to show you a quick view of this hotel. It's pretty crazy because you come in from the courtyard, and that's the front door to the room. And it has 2 beds. Look how cute this is. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Okay, so right now it's about 5:30. I have a couple more hours before my friend joins me. Then we're going to get ready and we're going to go to dinner. So I'm going to explore a little bit the hotel, film some videos of the hotel, go outside, see what's nearby, and then come back to the hotel once my friend comes. So, okay, let's go explore. this graffiti artist. No way. What are you doing here, Ariana? My friend Rachel is finally here. After I walked around a little bit by myself exploring, I came back to the hotel and I actually ironed the skirt that I'm going to wear tomorrow because I want to be ready. And then I realized that the one t-shirt that I wore to go to to travel had already tiene grajo. So I immediately put my clothes back on and I went back outside because I needed to go shopping before they close. And I came back and then I tried on this skirt because I'm going to mix and match my outfits so that people don't see me wearing the same exact thing twice. So this top that I'm wearing, I'm going to wear with a different skirt tomorrow. And the skirt that I'm wearing today is the same skirt that I'm going to wear tomorrow for the concert, but with a tighter top. And it's a little bit loose on me. And let me see if I can show you. Let me turn around the camera. See? It's like you can't see it. Okay, it's that much bigger. So tomorrow, my friend Rachel and I need to go. Oh my God, you probably can't hear me. Hold on. So you saw how big it was, right? Tomorrow, my friend Rachel and I have to go somewhere, I don't know where, to go find a needle and thread so I can stitch it together because the top I'm wearing is like super tight and I can't have this loose skirt. I really should have thought about this before coming here, but it's not like I could have traveled with a needle and thread anyway, and I probably can't put it on. I can't put it on because it has a zipper. I could have done this at home. Anyway, so we're gonna go to dinner at Maraca, and then afterwards we might go see this light show. I don't know what we might get into after that, and that's it. Good morning. It is the morning of day 2. I didn't film a lot last night, and I don't want to fearmonger, but it's actually like very dangerous to be walking around with your phone in your hand. My friend Rachel has told me a story about how she got her phone snatched on the bus. So now she has like a cheap cell phone. She has her Dominican number on, and then sometimes she doesn't even leave the house with her iPhone. So the little bit of footage that I got, I was like very nervous to take it. And then when we went to this social club in Mosquito, there was actually a man that was following us around. This place was packed, mind you. And my friend and I, we first went to the bar that was at the very back. She got her drink, and then we made our way to try to go upstairs, right? We had already noticed that this man was following us. And actually, she's like very good about that because she lives here. And before we even went in, she was like, I've seen this guy before. That was like a different guy, okay? A younger guy. The guy that I was scared of was this older gentleman. So before we even walked in, my friend Rachel noticed that there was a guy that she had already seen twice, and she was like, "You need to be careful because they do follow you here." Fast forward, we're inside. She grabs her drink, and we're trying to go to the upstairs area. And this older man with black glasses, white hair, I think he was American. He was moving out of his way. I mean, he was moving out of my way to let me pass, but he was doing it in a way where he was stepping back and I would have to cross in front of him because he wanted to follow me where I wanted to go. I ended up walking behind him to go up the stairs, right? Because moving out of my way actually got in my way. If he had just walked forward, then I would have just, gone upstairs, but he moved back in a way that I would have to cross in front of him so that he would follow me, right? My friend and I would go upstairs, and then I had a horrible stomach ache. That dinner at Maraca was not good. It's 4.5 star pricing, but the food quality is like 3 at most. It just was not that good. The service was not good. I was very disappointed. So then my stomach was hurting, and I was like, girl, let's go. So we make our way downstairs, and guess what? This man comes up right behind me. I whisper in her ear, and I was like,
the man is behind us. So instead of turning right to exit, we go left and we go into like the secluded corner, right? So we're waiting there to see what the man is gonna do, and he's standing by the exit. So he disappears. I'm like, girl, he left, whatever. And then tell me why I see him walking towards us to see like where we are. There's just no way for us to lose him. And we eventually told some guy that was working there, but at the same time that my friend told a guy like, oh hey, there's this man that's been following us around and whatever. Can you get security? At the same time that happened, the man went to the other side of the bar. So I was like, oh, let's go, let's go. We snuck out really fast and we made it out of there, and we came to the hotel, and nobody was following us. That was a kind of a nerve-wracking experience. I don't want to fearmonger or like scare anybody into coming here, but it would definitely benefit you to know those things, that people are going to follow you around, that your phone can get snatched, just things to keep in mind. So we didn't get back to the hotel until like past midnight. I didn't sleep much. Today we just had breakfast at the hotel. They include breakfast. We're gonna go to this Taino museum, and then we're just gonna relax in the hotel room while we get ready for the concert. That's the brief update for now, and I will see you later. Hey, ¿cómo estamos?
Hey, good morning.
Y entonces, ¿en qué andamos? Vámonos.
Estamos caminando que vamos para el Museo de los Taínos.
Yeah, and we're gonna exchange some money, my dollars. What did you think about the food last night? Que estábamos ahí mismo, mira.
I hated the food.
Ahí mismo. Tell me about the food.
I didn't like the food. I ordered pasta, which is something that's really hard to mess up. Pasta with chicken. The sauce was flavorless. The chicken was hard. I give it a 2 out of 10.
It was hard?
Yeah, it was hard. I give it a 2 out of 10 for the food, but for the overall restaurant, I give it a 3.5.
Wait, a 2 out of 10 for the food?
For food.
No, it's usually like 1 out of 5. It's either 5 stars. Yeah, but like.
Oh yeah, well, in the scale of 5, it's a 1 out of 5.
It's a 1 out of 5. Yeah.
For the food, but everything else is 3 out of 5.
I thought my churrasco was, the flavor was good, but it was too chewy. I asked for a medium, and it was chewy as heck. But I like the creativity because el tostón que yo tenía, it was de yuca.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew
What?
that. Sí, era de yuca.
No.
So I like that. But then I got so gassy and I was like really uncomfortable. So the food wasn't that great.
The drinks were good.
The vibes, we paid for the vibes, is what we paid for.
Yeah, and that's fine. Sometimes you just have to pay to experience things, and that's fine.
Ay, me duele el brazo ya. Okay, so I gotta see where we go next. I think we turn left here. Hi, everyone. I feel like there's rats walking around. By the way, this hotel is El Beaterio in la Zona Colonial. And if you're traveling to Dominican Republic for the first time and you're not really sure where to go, I definitely would recommend staying in la Zona Colonial because just walking, I have found so many little restaurants and little places. I bought these earrings. They are larimar, which is a stone that's found only in the Dominican Republic. That's the one thing that I definitely didn't want to leave without. So today was just perfect. We had breakfast at the hotel, we walked out, and then we went to the Taino Museum, which I knew was paid, but because they were celebrating their year anniversary, I think they've only been open for a year, they were free. Lucky us. And so you walk in, there's one floor downstairs, which is talking about the history of that house, which it used to be a private mansion, then it was like a hotel. At one point, it was a bank, and so you don't really see the Taino stuff until like you go to the back where they have like this giant screen that's playing a little brief history of the Taino people. But the real Taino exhibition is upstairs. You can either take the stairs or you can take the elevator, and that's where they have the real artifacts. And I actually learned that the Taino people were not the first natives here in La Hispaniola. There was people like 2,000 years before them. I did not know that. And there are some articles that you are able to touch and they have braille. I was very impressed that they had braille and they let you touch these artifacts for people that, obviously can't see. That was very impressive. I liked it. And my favorite part I think about this building was the bathroom. My mom is building her retirement house here and I have assigned myself as the interior designer, and I also said that I'm going to pay for the furniture, to contribute to the cause. And so this bathroom was like exactly what I want my bathroom to be with the pink tiles. It was super cute. And then after we finished the museum, then we went to a shop next door, which is where I got the earrings that I'm wearing. I actually got two pairs for 1,000 pesos, which is about $26, maybe $29, which is not that bad because last night when we were close to El Mosquito Social Club, some lady was trying to sell me earrings for 3,000 pesos. Okay, no. So then after we went to the museum, then we went to un supermercado because my friend had to take money out from the ATM. They had an ATM in there, and I went and got, los dulce. Obviously, when you come to the R, you gotta go back home con unos dulce para la familia, los amigos. So we got that, and then we went to eat at this restaurant que se llama algo con una M. I'm gonna find the name, but if you want the authentic Dominican food, como le dicen, comida criolla, I would definitely recommend that place. And the prices are how Dominican food should be. It was 365 pesos, and you got an entree, which was like rice, beans, whatever. You could choose your kind of main dish, and then you chose your meat, and then what kind of salad. All of that for 365 pesos, which is like $6. Exactly the price that I want to pay because last night the food was super expensive. Obviously, I knew that going in, but I wasn't expecting it to be so bad. So it feels even more expensive when it's not an enjoyable experience. I just got dressed finally for Bad Bunny. I'll show my outfit in a little bit. There's some people coming in, so I might have to stop talking to myself. It's a little embarrassing. And so we're gonna get there early because we have gradas seats, and I've been seeing comments on TikTok of people saying que si tienen gradas, then you have to get there early because it's open seating, and some people didn't have seats. And also, if we get there later, we're not gonna be able to get the little camera lanyards. So we're gonna shoot to be there at 5:30, even though the concert doesn't start until 8 p.m. We'll see what we're gonna do, between 5:30 and 8 p.m. But that's the plan for tonight. And right now, my friend Rachel is in our room blasting the Vitirama photo, getting in the mood. Today is my last day. I go home tomorrow. I only came for the weekend. So I'm going to enjoy every last minute that I have of sunlight today. And I will see you later.
I don't know, but it looks funny.
sabía que se le iban a caer caer la botella de agua. I swear to God, I knew her water bottles were gonna fall down. They all fell down. I looked at her bag and I was like, no, pero qué lo que. Oh my God, I manifested that.
¿Tú sabes lo que hay que hacer?
Macho, no saben cuánto tiempo llevaba desesperado por venir para acá.
En este ritmo no se juega.
Anda el diablo.
Santo